So, Chief
Yeah.
Jennings, the countdown is on.
Yes, it
Wow, you're leaving us.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that smile, which tells me that you are more than ready.
I am. And you know, I have no reservations about leaving when I'm leaving. I really feel like I've given this city and this department everything that I have to give. Excited to pass on the torch, and it's such a good feeling to look back at 33 and a half years and the accomplishments, and to know that this chapter's closing and starting another one. So
3 decades, that's a lot of giving of yourself.
yeah,
And, to be a public servant, you have to have the heart of a servant.
yeah.
Is there, what point did you decide this is the career for me?
You know, I always tell a story. I never wanted to be a police officer. It was a job. I had to find a job, and probably about year 7, I said, you know what, this is my career. This is what I want to do. I stopped looking for other jobs. Up until year 7, I was always entertaining other career opportunities and thinking that maybe I could move on and do something else. And then I remember I was in the process for a federal job, and I said, you know what, I don't want to do that. I want to stay right where I am. And from that point on, it was done deal. I said I want to do my entire career at Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department, and I want to advance into this agency, and I want to do good things for this agency.
Well, you said remember, and I remember
Yeah.
when you first got started.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the core 4,
Yeah,
those points that you implemented.
yeah.
Do you want to speak on those a little bit?
Yeah, certainly. So when I initially was hired for the job, my first thought was that, hey, I need to figure out how do I continue doing the great work that the chiefs before me have done. And then when George Floyd happened, and then we had the civil unrest in Charlotte, I said, okay, I have to pivot. Something has to be different. We can't do the same thing that we've always been doing. And so I said, well, what are some of the things that if we had pillars within our organization, that how do I see that as being successful when I leave? And so I said, okay, we have to have employee wellness.
Yeah.
We have to have community collaboration. We have to have crime management, and we also have to have professional accountability. And all of those things were at the forefront of what we need to be able to do within this organization, because we had to build back that trust. We had to build back what we are really paid to do here within law enforcement. And I said, if we can accomplish those things, and if we keep those, we're going to be successful. And there were times throughout the year, say, hey, do we want to change? Do we want to add? I said, no, this is what I want to base our agency on for my entire career as the police chief. And we've done that. And so really proud of a lot of the work that we've done towards those core four that I implemented when I became the police chief.
And I echo that. I feel like I've seen you grow from 2020, especially when it comes to community involvement, which is
Yeah.
where we connect.
Yes.
You've always been accessible.
Oh,
You've always been understanding. And even if it's just an email or seeing you out with a smile. Now, you told a story recently of how you kind of pushed out there and one of the toughest community advocates that you had to connect with.
yeah.
How challenging was that for you?
Well, it's always tough because there are certain, and I get it. There are certain people that you can never win over,
Right.
right? They have their mind made up, but and there's also certain people that are always going to be in your corner regardless of what you do, because they understand the difficulties of this job. So you have to be able to meet people where they are. And I, to this day, I have great relationships with some of the hardest critics of this
Yeah.
profession. And I can pick up the phone and we can talk through stuff, and we can agree to disagree. And that's always been important to me. I think that I've always welcomed those conversations. And if it means that we're going back and forth and we're having very difficult conversations, we're going to have those. But at the end of the day, we're going to appreciate each other. And that's always been something that I've been proud of. And I think anyone that has been critics of our agency that I've had that communication with will tell you the same thing. We can agree to disagree on things, but we appreciate each other.
Well, you said difficult. I have to tell this story, which was very difficult as the leader of a group
Yeah.
that invited you in. Had no idea. Someone, did you remember that, right?
I do remember
Someone
that.
else
Yeah.
had another agenda, and I was
Yeah.
so disappointed.
Yeah.
And obviously I saw firsthand that a lot of times people really aren't concerned about the group. It's
Yeah.
an individual agenda.
Yeah.
And I was so apologetic, and you were more than understanding,
It-
which is what I appreciate about
It
you.
wasn't your fault, and just to, and quite honestly, that person had a single experience
Right.
and was trying to portray it as this is who we are as an agency or who I am as a police chief, and I understood that, and but you know at the same time it is unfortunate when you know things that we had tried to accomplish and we were wanting to accomplish, and then that occurs because of a single individual, but that, you know, I think we were able to make it through that. And,
We did.
and still carry on and get some things done. So
Let's talk about the job. It's difficult.
yeah,
Was there ever one day that you can recall that you just felt like, I can't do this anymore?
wow. Yeah, how many days are in a year?
Yeah.
So, no, honestly, getting through that first year with the civil unrest, with COVID, with everything that we had to go through, there were days that I woke up that I questioned,
Yeah.
you know, what, I can't do this. You know, this is too much. And, you know, the phone's ringing throughout the night. You're not sleeping. If you wake up, you're thinking about work. And it was very taxing, and the sacrifice that you give. But I always knew that I accepted this position. I had a goal that I wanted to reach within this organization, and I wasn't going to give up on it. And I think the competitiveness of me playing college football and playing sports my whole life just about made me want to persevere and continue and move on. And I'm very proud of the fact that what we were able to accomplish in the last 5.5 years.
And you're a Hall of Famer. Let's talk about that. I mean, that's
Done
pretty
your homework,
incredible.
right? Yeah.
Of course, of course. Let's talk about some of your accomplishments. What
Yeah.
you're most proud of.
Yeah, you know, and you mentioned being in the Hall of Fame at Appalachian State, their athletic Hall of Fame was something that really hits home because you put in everything you have for football, just like I do for this profession. And when you get something, accolades of that nature, you're like, everything you've done has been worth it, and it's been appreciated, and that's humbling for me. And so now that I look at my career in law enforcement, and when I came here, I said I don't want to just affect policing here in Charlotte, Mecklenburg. I want to affect policing across the country. And you know, doing some of the things that we've done here and the respect that we have across the country is also very humbling. And you know, with our CMPD Serves, our customer service based initiative that we did in 2021, it's been humbling to see that other agencies have asked us to come help them do the same thing. And then you brought it all together. Just recently, I received the leadership award from my peers with Major City Chiefs.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. And that's
awesome.
but that to me it speaks volumes and shows that they were watching, they were listening, and I had influence over our country's policing, and that's something that I'll always forget. I'll always remember,
Right,
and always
right.
cherish. And so I was very proud for that moment as well.
Some advice for the incoming chief?
Yeah. I think that, you know, not that Chief Patterson needs advice from me, but
Right.
I do think that, and I've told her this, she's got to be true to herself. She has to lead based on how she feels is going to make this department better, and not based on how do I please one individual or one group of individuals. It's holistically throughout our entire agency what's going to make us better and continue to keep us so well respected across the country, in the best department in the entire country, and also affect not just CMPD but the honor of this profession that we hold so dear, in everyone here that puts their efforts in to make this city safe.
Yeah,
And-
I really enjoy talking with you. I know we got to wrap things up,
Oh,
but
you're fine.
what does the future look like for you? What now?
Well, there's gonna be a pause. I've never had a pause in my professional career, so I'm really looking forward to just sitting back. I want to stay in Charlotte. I've turned some stuff away that looks like I might have to move or something. I don't want to do that, but I never say never. However, but I want to be able to work at my own pace and set my own schedule, and I don't want to have to get into traffic and come to an office all the time. But again, I may feel differently after a few weeks of having the freedom that I'm going to have. But I'm looking forward to kind of doing my own thing. So.
Well, I hope that doesn't mean you're going to just ride off in the sunset and we'll never
Absolutely
see you
not.
again.
No, I tell people I can only watch so much Price is Right. So
Yeah.
I will continue working in the law enforcement field. I'm going to continue doing things to make this profession improve over time, and it's just going to be in a different platform. I don't have any intentions of being a police chief anywhere else. This, to me, you cannot top being the police chief in Charlotte, and I don't feel like I want to pursue that. But again, I never say never to anything. But just my mind might change after being away from the job, and but at the same time, I'm very excited about being able to pick and choose what I want to do.
Well, lots of wisdom. What about any teaching in the future?
I hadn't thought about that. But what I will say is that I'll be available, and I plan on helping other agencies build themselves up and to continue to serve their communities. And I've done a little bit of that, over the years anyway. And so I think that this will be a good opportunity for me to even do more of it.
So we're going to wrap things up, but I know where we could probably find you.
Oh,
Is at
no.
Appalachian State.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well,
some priceless years
yeah,
for you there, right?
Yeah, I had a wonderful career and experience in school going to Appalachian State. My son graduated from there as well in 2020. Yeah, I do want to spend more time in the mountains, and I've stayed in touch with the coaches and the athletic directors and everything up there, and I want to be able to get up there more often, watch some more football, hopefully get our football team on a better track, but it's going to take some time, and looking forward to doing more of that.
Chief John Jennings, thank you so much. It's a pleasure. I hope to see you around, but you've earned every bit of this retirement, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for serving us.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.